Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first live broadcast for today. Thursday night, we started boot camp. So we're going to have a bunch of people here from boot camp that have questions. We covered creating your profile. So I want to welcome all of my friends that are watching this on Facebook, all of my friends that are watching this on LinkedIn or on my YouTube channel. Want to welcome all of the participants in this Zoom session and their guests. We're here to answer your questions, and we're here to put to rest, once and for all, the biggest challenges that keep network marketers from being successful in their business. It's kind of interesting that during this boot camp, I have over 20 people, old students, that participated in boot camps, training, or coaching prior to 2018. And they are absolutely blown away by what they've seen. The changes that specifically LinkedIn has made have been outrageous. So let me just start out by saying the longer that you're not taking action, the more money you're losing. Every day that goes by that you're not talking to 5, 10, 15, or 20 people a day is a lost day. When I got into network marketing, one of the first things I wanted to know is, how do I make money? And I was flat out told, if you want to be successful in this business, and I was taught this by one of the top earners in the business, if you want to be successful in network marketing, you must talk to 5 people a day about the business. 5 people, 25 people a week. If you want to be wildly successful, 10 people a day. That's 50 people a week. And if you're in a hurry and you want to get to the top faster, 20 people a day. And back when I got into network marketing in 1995, you'd have to get on the telephone and do a lot of cold calling or run around and try to meet a lot of people. Today, there's no more cold calling. You don't have to chase your friends. You could literally talk to 20 people a day in an hour. If you're working on Facebook, you're working on LinkedIn. Now, for years, Facebook and LinkedIn have helped everyone break through the greatest obstacle that face every network marketer and affiliate marketer today: not having qualified people to talk to. And for years, my scripts have served as a form of artificial intelligence to top earners and people struggling with what to say to their prospects. My scripts provide everyone with proven scripts that help close more sales. When I use examples of successful students, I don't use them to impress you. I use them to impress upon you what you can be doing. Ron Federico is an executive director in his company today. Not only do the scripts and strategies work for him, but they work for everybody on his team. So let's start out by asking you, what are your goals? Goals are the blueprint to success. If you want to be successful, you want to have a clear idea in your head. What do you want to accomplish in June? How many people do you want to bring into your business? So it's kind of a numbers game. You want to bring in 5 people before the end of the month, which is the goal for everybody in boot camp. Now I'm giving you the tools I'm giving you the scripts. I'm giving you the strategies. And in years gone by, I was reminded, we used to set goals for everybody in boot camp, and people used to hit them. So I'm reinstating that. 5 sales by the end of the month. You can do it. Anybody can do it. So what are your goals? Goals are the blueprint for success, because if you don't have specific goals, nothing's going to happen. So what are your goals? What's your goal for June? How many people do you want to bring into your business this month? What's your 90-day goal? Where do you want to be at the end of August? Jim Rohn, in one of the great trainings that he ever conducted, used to say, this is a business that's easy to do, and it's a business that's easy not to do. You want to be successful in this business, you got to talk to people, period. You want to bring 5 people into your business before the end of the month? Talk to 10 people a day. Now, if you talk to 5 people a day, the end of the week, Monday through Friday, you've talked to 25 people. If you're talking to the right people and you follow my scripts, out of 25 people, you should be able to close one. And what I'm finding is that people aren't following the scripts. 5 a day, 25 a week. You'll sign up 1 person. Do it 4 weeks in a row, you sign up 4. Now, that doesn't mean reaching out to people new. It also means reaching out to people that you worked with or talked to before. That's 4. How about talking to 10 people a day? That's 50 people a week. 50 people a week is 200 people in a month. And if you're talking to 100 people, 5 sales. You talk to 200 people, it's 10 sales. Now, for those of you that haven't signed anybody up in your business, that seems like an insurmountable goal. And the truth is, it's not. This is a form. This is a process. So first, we're reaching out, we're making connections. Then we're starting conversations. And we're looking to learn about them. And when we have enough information about them, we've identified a need, we can now transition over to talking about and introducing the business. And then you show them the business. You sign them up. So anywhere along the way, you have to be perfect. Perfect. Drop the ball in any one of those areas. The biggest one is going to be continuously impressing your audience, your prospects, so that they like you, that they trust you, and they believe in you. What's your goal by the end of the year? New Year's Eve. Where do you want, how many of you want to, go to the top? We got a lot of people here in Melaleuca. You could all be senior directors by the end of the year. Some of the folks that are a little further along, you could be executive directors. All it takes is consistency. What's your 5-year goal? Where do you want to be living 5 years from now? Setting goals is the first thing to turning the invisible into the visible. Your dreams are only your dreams until you write them down, and then they are goals. A goal without a plan is only a dream. And a goal without a timeline is just a dream. Goals that are not written down are just wishes. Now, in August, I will have been in this business for 29 years. And I long ago reached my personal goal. And I've had to wait for technology to catch up to me. Back in the AOL days, you know, the internet speed was what, 2G? Then it was 3G. Today it's 5G. What does that mean? It means that information transmits quicker over the internet. Now you could watch movies. You could send movies. Everything is fast. Social networks today are not like the old ones. The old ones, you didn't have a picture. Now, you not only have a picture, you have complete details about the other person. You know who that person is. Beautiful thing is they know who you are. And so 2 years ago, when Chat GPT was launched, everybody was impressed. I actually waited for a year. Last November and December, for those of you that were students, you remember we introduced it. And maybe it's because it was just getting started, but it was defective. Didn't do the things that we wanted it to do. So in January, I started building my own. And I have to say, now that it's done, some things have taken place in my life that all of a sudden have opened up new possibilities, new goals to the people that I work with. And at the same point in time, it's making it easier for all of you to become successful. So I'm setting up my own goals. And my goal for this year is to help 100 people starting in June become top earners in their business. And we'll count them down. And one of the things that's going to facilitate that is the release of my upcoming Max GPT training. People who wrote down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them than the ones who didn't. Telling a friend increases this rate to 78%. We were called yesterday by a friend to tell us that a very dear friend who operated a restaurant, it was one of our favorite places. It was one of these, fresh fruit, fresh food. I mean, it was a great place. Wasn't far away from us. I mean, Debbie has known him for probably 35 or 40 years. And we got a call that he passed away. Massive heart attack, 68 years old. No one had, we didn't have any idea he was sick. In fact, we saw him a week ago. He looked fit. Lesson to that story is, hey, when your time's up, your time's up. So you want to live every day with passion and enthusiasm, which again, as far as I'm concerned, heightens my enthusiasm for what I'm doing. Last night, and I haven't really gone out and done and participated in any live events since 2017, after my son died and COVID. And I just accepted a speaking engagement in July. in Vegas. I haven't told my wife about it yet. So bottom line is this. You want to make it happen, I will help you make it happen. All right? It's that simple. I'm handing you a formula. Things that, frankly, if you're an orphan, nobody in your business is going to tell you because you're competition. And if you do, and if you are working with a group, if you are working with a team, and your upline is one of these old school dinosaurs that believes the only way to build your business is to call. You're at the right place at the right time. Follow what I lay out for you, and I promise you that by the end of the summer, your upline is going to be calling you to find out what you're doing. And my money says you're not going to tell him because he's your competition. Everyone has a story. Everyone's got a story. What's yours? Your LinkedIn and Facebook profiles tell your story. They give you all the credibility that you need to talk to anybody. One of my students ended up, after making some profile changes, the corporation that he worked for was the Yamaha Corporation. He ends up hearing from the top guy in the company. He was blown away. I can't believe this. Just by changing some things on his profile, just by making him visible. You want to learn the stories of the leaders and the top earners in your business. Where did they come from? What did they do before they got into the business? Let me back over here. Margie Alaprandi has been a good friend, I want to say 17 years. She's one of the most respected leaders and trainers in the business. What was Margie doing before she got into network marketing? She was a school teacher that had 3 children. And for a very short time, she was living in her car. Look at her today. Look at her today. So find out what the top earners in your company did and duplicate them. School teacher. Top earner in your business is a school teacher. Then you could literally start looking to talk to school teachers. Now, one of the things you're going to find out about school teachers is if they've been teaching school for more than 6 or 7 years, they know about network marketing. Why? Because when they're in college, they love the concept of teaching kids. They love that. So they go to school, they pay their dues, and then if they're lucky, they get a job in public school system, wherever they get a job. And then lo and behold, they discover teaching is more than teaching the kids. They got to take all this crap paperwork at home at night. They have to fill out all these files. They have to do all of these things. And it doesn't take very long before school teachers realize, oh my God, I'm not crazy. You know, I like the kids, but there's other stuff. Nobody told me about that. And so they either go looking for something and they find network marketing, or most likely other teachers in their school, or it could be the parents of one of their kids, tell them about network marketing. School principals. I know, in fact, what I did was I went to count 11 school principals in different companies that I've worked with over the years that today are either $1 million earners and they're actively working, or man, they made their money and they are living life on their terms. School principal. I'm going to tell you about one during our session today. Business owner. What kind of a business? So you're talking to other school teachers. Conversation would go something like this. You make a connection with the school teacher. You know, one of my dearest friends that I work with today used to be a school teacher. What prompted you to become a teacher? What do you like about teaching? And lingering in the back of their mind is, what do you mean? Used to be a teacher. Well, what are they doing now? What do you do? You don't have to push it. You don't have to chase. No. Hey. One of the school principals, or, you know, I've got a good friend that I work with today. That was a school principal. Was a school principal for 12 years. You know, right back to them. What prompted you to get into school? Become a teacher. Follow the scripts after that. Business owner, depending upon the business. The other day, I was sharing the recordings of one of my students who is not in network marketing, but he was selling a cleaning service. And he made the statement that he picked up 1,000 pizza places, Pizza Huts. So 1,000 people, that's a lot of Pizza Huts. He connected with one person who had a Pizza Hut franchise, who owned 50 Pizza Huts. Sign him up as a customer. He went back, networking with the people that this guy knew. And he picked up another big franchise owner. This guy had 500 Pizza Huts scattered around the country. Talk to people who know people. Now, there is no limit to the numbers of people that you can be talking to. But every day that goes by that you're not talking to 5 or 10 people is a lost day. Now, some of you have, you know, everybody's in network marketing, and it's a different situation. Most people that get into network marketing have jobs. Somebody introduced them to the product. They're using the product. They like the product. There's an income opportunity. So in addition to their full schedule and their busy day, I can talk to 5 people. But on Friday, they're going to get paid. So if they take off on Thursday, if they don't do their number, it's okay because they're getting paid. They got a job. They got an income coming in. And then there are people that want to quit their jobs. And these people have a little bit more motivation. I worked with a woman who was a scientist for 30 years. The last 15 years, she hated her job. Hated it. She'd been in network marketing for a year and a half. When we started working together, in 4 months, she was able to quit her job. What gives her the confidence to quit her job? She was making enough money, had money coming in, so she could say bye-bye to the job. She took a early retirement deal, so she got some money as well. People that don't have jobs or people that are struggling financially to pay their bills, you have more urgency than the fully employed person. If you don't have any income coming in, the only income that's going to come in is going to be the direct result of the people that you're talking to. Now, I'm not talking about reaching out, making connections, and confirming the connection and starting a conversation. No, that's the first part of this process. Okay? First part. Now you have to engage them in a conversation and qualify them before you use one of our transition lines to introduce the concept of the business. The challenge you're going to have is LinkedIn especially is loaded with network marketers who are being taught by these dinosaurs. And they're taught just send, make the connection and then send them the message. Would you be open to making some extra money if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? This may or may not be for you, no biggie if not. And they got the name of their network marketing company all over their profile, which is the reason you better take any reference to your profile that makes to your business, take it off. Your profile is to promote you. But if you want to make 5 sales before the end of the month, we have to be transitioning over naturally and talking to 5 people every day about the business. So that's numbers. Every day that you're not talking to somebody about your business is a lost day. Okay? Every day we got to be connecting with new people. For those of you that have thousands of connections already, well, you got a little bit of a head start. But whether it's new people or whether it's people you're already connected to, and for those of you that are just getting started, for those of you that went through the first boot camp, in fact, let me if you haven't looked at the boot camp training area, they've loaded up a lot of new material. We're going to be transitioning over, as I mentioned in boot camp, to a whole new level of training. So first, we want you to watch a welcome to boot camp video. And last night we had create, Tuesday night, connect, Thursday, communicate, and a week from close. We've loaded up our new profile guide, loaded up our new scripts book. But you don't have to wait until Tuesday to learn how to connect with people. You could watch this video. Get started. And again, on Tuesdays, connecting with people, I would venture to say 40% of the training that I'm going to give on Tuesday is different than what we covered last month. Why? Because things have changed. And I want to give you the latest information. Let me come back over here. So it could be a stay-at-home mom. Find out what the top earners in your company were doing before they got into network marketing. For that matter, you could find what a top earner in any network marketing company is doing. They love to talk about it. It's always easy to talk about yourself when you're at the top. But in the meantime, you can borrow their success. One of my dearest friends Used to be a stay-at-home mom. She raised 4 kids. And right away, the question is, what do you mean you work together? What do you do? Remember, it's not what works in network marketing, it's what duplicates. Bring somebody into your business on Monday. For all of you, your goal should be to sign up at least one person by Friday. Now, for those of you that are just getting started, might go a little slower. You're planting a whole bunch of seeds next week. And then we got 3 weeks. Then the next week, this next week, we're planting a lot of seeds. Week after that, we sign up 1. We sign up 2. Now, don't get discouraged if you only sign up 2 or 3 people. For those of you that are new, that are here for the first time. Because every day that you're talking to someone, you're planting a seed. Every day. When that seed turns into a customer or a prospect, business partner, entirely up to them. But when you have enough people in play, somewhere along the line, it's going to duplicate. There are going to be people that see what you're doing on Facebook or LinkedIn. They're going to get curious. It duplicates. Let's talk about duplication for a minute. Over the years, it's been proven that the simpler you can make the whole process, the more effective it's going to be, which is the reason why they always tell you, don't try to explain your business. Use a company tool. Use a tool, because that's duplicatable. Some of the most successful salespeople in the world. Mark Yarnell was a good friend. He used to be a preacher. And initially, he was a new skin. And the guy, put him in a room. And everybody in the room would sign up in the business. Everybody. He was magnificent. He actually participated in one of my retreats. But he wasn't duplicatable. So people would listen to Mark and they'd go, oh my God, I'd love to be in this business, but I could never do that. I'm shy, I'm reserved. I could never do that. I'm teaching you something that is duplicatable that anybody can do. You bring a good friend into the business after they've changed their picture on Facebook and they want to know, so what do I say when my friends respond to my picture change? Scroll up, look at what I said to you, and be there to help them. The process duplicates. Ron Federico, when we first started to work together, his goal was to go to the top of the business. In fact, he told me when we first started working, he says, Max, you help me get to executive director. He says, and I'm going to run to Eddie Bestoso, my upline, and I'm going to tell him all about your program. You made it happen. So we started working together. We got on a schedule, and he sent me, so far, we've enrolled 5. So far, 8 was our goal for the month. This was midway through the month. Posting is working for us, and as soon as 8, we're going to go to 10 or 12. We have half the month to go. Goals. You have to have goals. And then he wrote, Max, after our training session this afternoon, I enrolled 2 more business partners today. One was from Facebook and one was not, but I still use the same interview process to partner with both. I'm at 7 personal enrollments so far, and I readjusted my goal for the month from 8 to 10. But stand by, that may change, because you're always going to modify your goals as you go through the process. And then finally, I'm an executive director now with your strategies and scripts. Not only is my business growing, but it works for everyone on my team. Totally brilliant. Okay. Did he tell Eddie Bestoso about it? No. But Eddie already knew about it. Quintina, yesterday I signed up 3 more people into my business. That makes 4 since I started last week. Now, after trying other companies, this is the first time I know that I can go to the top of my business. Now, she's talking about Melaleuca, but had she applied this in any of the other businesses she was in, same thing would happen. Now, those 4 people, where'd they come from? She didn't go out on a Monday, reach out to 4 people, send them a message, they responded, and by Thursday they were in the business. No, it doesn't work that way. It's all about relationships. Doesn't take long. Solomon, your scripted messages are simply amazing. I can get a person talking, interested in my website in as little as 7 minutes. I signed up 2 people last night. A complete stranger to having them added as a friend, now an associate in his Isagenix business, within 24 hours. The only variable is who he is and who they are. He's an airline pilot. He could have been talking to another airline pilot. He could have been talking to a stewardess. Sherry Callan, after making a post, I heard from 6 people, signed 3 of them up into my business. I'm working on the other 3. I love this. Sherry is a incredibly successful fitness trainer. As a matter of fact, she has a school where she trains trainers. So when she made her post, she ended up signing up all 6. Rhonda Collier became an Isagenix millionaire 3 years after she started working with me. Or 3. When we first started working together, she was making $150,000 a year. So at least she understands the business, and she was passionate about her company and her products. So the first session, we opened up her settings, we made her visible. I did a session with a woman who is the #1 earning regional vice president in Legal Shield. We just started working together about 2 weeks ago. In our first session, she was blown away. She was totally invisible. Unless you were connected to her, you wouldn't even know she was on LinkedIn. So with Rhonda, we opened up her settings. We changed her picture. And then we made one post. What was the post? If you think no one cares if you're alive, try missing a few car payments. That post caused her, everybody she was connected to, she sent me, my page is blowing up. I got this 3 hours after we made it. It's exciting. You bring somebody into your business, you help them do the same thing, they're going to get excited. And then within 24 hours, I enrolled 2 people. Conversation. It comes down to conversation. I got 3 more taking a serious look. Her whole team was in our next boot camp. She went to $750,000 in 2 years. And then one of the people that she asked me to train made $250,000 her first year, pushed her up to $1 million status. Now, where it really gets interesting is your business is going to grow much faster when someone on your team recruits people. And you're training everybody to recruit. So someone on her team recruited a top earner from another company, making $500,000 in another company. How does that happen? It's all about relationships. Ann Barante, this was the scientist I told you about. She doubled her income the first year. And today, she's in the top 20. You've all heard about Will Zanders. We started working together in 2022 in November. 6 months later, he went from number 5 to number 2. Today's number 1. Dana Barris making over $100,000 a year. Vasayo, I'm sorry. Rosie Gonzalez was in real estate. When the kids were growing up, she couldn't be home to watch them grow up because she was selling houses. So she went on Facebook, she went on LinkedIn, she started talking to other real estate people, and by the end of the year, she had 15,000 people in her business. Sylvie Helso, chiropractor, $1 million earner in Isagenix. Now, let's summarize. What are the best things about network marketing? Low startup cost, leverage, no geographical restrictions, no limits to your income, residual income. And most people, when they get into a business, don't really understand how they make money. They don't really understand the compound. I didn't. I just asked my upline, what do I got to do to make $3,000 a month? Enroll 12 people. Our company had a breakaway compensation plan. I didn't know what that meant. Okay, I mean, I'm just going for $3,000 a month. I'll figure out the rest along the way. If you read Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, it's one of the things. Start where you are, and you'll get new tools along the way. Low business monthly overhead. The only overhead you have is your auto ship. You certainly don't have to advertise. However, now we have another monthly piece of overhead, and that's going to be your membership to LinkedIn. Does it matter if you're spending $100 a month for LinkedIn if you're signing up 3 people a week? Of course not. No employees. And take it from somebody that used to employ 250 people. That's worth its weight in gold. The people that you're going to bring into the business. Personal development, because you're constantly going to be learning new things. Time freedom, financial freedom. Now, when it comes to income, compensation plans are complicated and initially misunderstood by people. Now, Jim McHugh, good friend, he's a corporate director in Melaleuca. He was a high school principal when he joined Amway. He reached the rank of emerald, was closing in on diamond when he lost one of his diamond leaders because of their breakaway compensation plan. Initially, Jim never understood the compensation plan or how it could affect him. When he lost the diamond, it was clear. After losing the diamond, he resigned from Amway and he joined Melaleuca. Doesn't have a breakaway. Today, Jim is the number 12, the 12th top earner, corporate director in Melaleuca. And 5 of the executive directors on his team were previously in Amway. So how does that work? Well, let me help you understand the way it works. You're building an organization. Now, he made Emerald. He had 3 groups of people, 5,000 each. And then one day, it broke away. So we could go over to LinkedIn and we could do a search. Amway. Now, you have 85,000 people. Amway Diamonds. You got 668. Amway Diamonds. Conversation. I want to reach out and connect with you because one of my good friends used to be an Amway Diamond. Let's connect. Or maybe you don't use that in your presentation, or you could, or your opening presentation. When you're talking to the person, and they're eager to talk to you. One of the good friends that I work with used to be an Amway Diamond. What got you in? What did you do before you got into Amway? My friend? What are we working with? Opening line to talk to someone. But you want to know how long he's been in Amway. You want to know what other companies were you in before you got to Amway. An easier way. They got different ranks. Emerald. Below diamond. Got 220 people. Sometimes it's easier to get to someone lower. Because I will bet you they don't know all about the compensation plan, or they don't understand what a breakaway is. One of my favorite people. Katie Goodart. Now, I've known Katie maybe 12 years. She was an Amway. And she was a nurse, incredibly entrepreneurial, into fitness, taught yoga. She was building an Amway business. And she was climbing the ranks, getting closer and closer to diamond. And she was traveling from Vegas to Southern California. So she was the diamond. I mean, she was the darling of the diamonds, the leaders in Vegas and Southern California, because they could point to her. Look at this woman go. She's amazing. All of you could be doing what Katie's doing. And she was up there, absolutely getting all the nurses, all of the yoga people, all excited. Hey, if Katie can do it, we can do it. When she hit Emerald and she's closing in on Diamond, the leaders in Vegas and the leaders in Southern California realized that the way she was situated in their tree, when she hit Diamond, she's gone. So they got all these people, they got all this volume, and as soon as she hits Diamond, boom, she's gone. They lose it. And what did they do? They didn't want her to get to Diamond. So they started to sabotage her business growth. They wouldn't call on her at meetings. They wouldn't edify her. They wouldn't talk about her. People in her team were, hey, Katie, how come they didn't bring you up on stage like they always do? How come they don't always talk to people? She got pissed off. I told her, I said, Katie, listen, work around it. Get to Diamond. You break away from these assholes and, build your own team. Do it the way you want to do it. But she was so aggravated that she quit. She walked away. Now, the thing is, if you can do it once, you can do it again. So she joined another company. Took her 8 months. And she's right there. She joined a company called Vima. She loved the products. You got to love the products. 8 months to get to Diamond. And right before the event where she was going to get the prize. Federal Trade Commission came in. Someone filed a complaint about VEMA. They investigated the company, shut them down for about 6 weeks. Reopened them again, but for all intents and purposes, it was never the same. She lost. Poof. So it's not like she didn't have other things to do. Okay, she's setting up workout places. She's got she runs a big clinic. She's making a mid six-figure income just as in her profession. Now she's building another business. She loves the products, not in a hurry, basically doing it again. All of you, every one of you has a story. You are writing your story right now. Right now. So you could be talking to Amway people. Do you understand why people end up leaving? It's a breakaway. Now, when you know how to identify perfect prospects for your business on LinkedIn before making a connection and telling them about your business, something magical is going to happen. How hard is it to reach out with 5, 10, 15, or 20 people a day? It's not hard. It's not hard. At the end of the month, all of you that are in boot camp that don't hit 5 people enrollments, all right? I can look at your Facebook profile, I can look at your LinkedIn profile, and I can tell you why. Okay? Hey, this is a learning experience. You don't hit it in June, and you'll hit it in July. We'll point out all the things that you're doing wrong, all the steps that you're missing. But it takes activity. We've got students here in boot camp. They've been students for 8, 10, 12 years. They have less than 500 friends on LinkedIn. What does that say? It's not magic. Seems like magic. Your nervousness about talking to a prospect will disappear. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. We have a student that the first month she was in boot camp, she used to be nervous. She was introverted. She hated calling people. Followed the steps. At the end of the first month, somebody sent her a notice and, hey, congratulations, you're one of the top earners this month, the top recruiters in Legal Shield. She had no idea. Your fear of being rejected by every prospect you talk to evaporates because half the people that you would normally think about talking to, you're not going to talk to. We're only talking to highly qualified prospects. And you're going to see the more you say the same things, you're going to find, I said this to 10 people and 7 people responded the way I wanted them to respond to. The more that happens, the more confidence you get. You're not responding. We go and we take a look. Lo and behold, you're not following the script. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. Anxiety presenting your business to your prospects are going to melt away, and your closing rates increase along with your confidence. And your income will rise substantially. LinkedIn's no longer a secret. You got 10 million people joining every month. Every month. I'm going to jump over here. And let's look first. I'll start from the bottom and work. Okay, Will, do you see yourself here? Okay, well, so welcome back. Looks like you picked up two of my digital courses, one in 2017. Actually, it looks like you got my scripts book in 2019. Everything's changed. And Will jumped off. Maybe, wait, let me come up at the top. Oh, here it is. She's up at the top. So, Will, I'm trying to unmute you. So you got the scripts book, you got the digital course, but clearly you're certainly not using it on LinkedIn. Let's go over here on Facebook, see if we can find you over there. So, Will, is that you? 2017, 2019. So you bought the digital courses before all these great changes took place. We're glad you're back. My suggestion is, okay, so that was you. Okay, that's you on Facebook. What about LinkedIn? Okay, so you don't have a LinkedIn. Um, what are you trying to market and sell? Home Business Academy.
I'm gonna get in the shower. What time do you wanna go out? 4? Hmm. Um, Dad called me, but he didn't write me back.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
You come in my room? I'll take
Yeah.
it to you.
All right. I'm going to put this in the chat. You're trying to build the Home Business Academy, and it's not going to happen the way you're set up. So I'm going to send you two links. One is to register for my boot camp that just started. And I'm putting in there a special promotion code. But my suggestion is the second link. Jump into my 3-day, 90-day game plan, 3 boot camps. Because pages that I'm looking at, those can't be working for you. All right, now what I'm going to do, and I don't normally do this, today at 1 o'clock, I have a mastermind session. Now, the mastermind sessions are reserved for coaching students. Starts in an hour at 1 o'clock. That's the link. So if any of you, well, you want to pop in there and see how it's really done, that's an opportunity for you to do it. Charlie, so you're here. Ed, you're here. Nice to see both of you. Well, it's nice to see all of you. Marilyn, Michael, Neil, Paul, Richard. Now, the first session's already started, but we've got it's recorded. Robert, Richard, I'll be back 1 o'clock. Everything is going to go faster for all of you. So until next time, best of luck in building your business and God bless.